Qualification programs for military and law enforcement are purposely designed to be passable by low-skill novice shooters. This is on purpose, and it's perfectly acceptable. When an individual first joins military and law enforcement, they have to be assumed to have never fired a weapon before. The training program has to reflect that. So does the qualification program. The problem is the qualification program that we used for entry-level marksmanship during basic training remains the entire experience for the vast majority of personnel. People will join the military. They will be given an introduction to shooting, and for the majority of them, they will never progress beyond that. The problem with that isn't that most military and law enforcement personnel remain at low novice levels. The problem is that we fail to recognize it and don't take into account how low of a skill this actually is. Qualification courses are by design so easy to pass that people with no interest in shooting and no prior experience can be taught to pass them during initial entry training. The real problem is that the same qual that passed the new recruit during initial entry training will pass the so-called seasoned veteran 10 or 20 years later. Contrast this with competition courses and targets that are purposely designed to discern the skill levels of the very best known shooters. It's worth pointing out this is not a factor of equipment. Service conditions matches, typically shot by military-sponsored events, require competitors to use the same issue arms and ammunition that are in your arms room. It's not an equipment issue, it's a skill issue. Consider a qualification target and course where a hit anywhere on the silhouette counts equal value. Now consider a competition target and course where it's not good enough to merely hit the silhouette somewhere. You have to get all of the shots in the center to get full value. It's much more difficult. In one tryout session with the marksmanship team I was on, we had some soldiers there that were their unit's best. They were able to shoot perfect qualification scores. Not a mere expert qual, mind you, but perfect 100%, 40 out of 40. When we put them on the competition course, they were a third of the score behind our team's top shooters. With a course that had, say, 180 to 200 points possible, they were shooting in the 60-point range and would have needed to triple their score to be competitive. Yet they were able to shoot a perfect qualification well above that needed to be qualified expert. I was able to find and document so many examples of this sort of thing happening. I was able to literally write a book on it. Seriously. I found that your competition shooters were typically at least 3 times better than that needed to earn an expert or even perfect qualification. Some competition shooters are even better than that. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And share this with some military and law enforcement people that you know that need to go well beyond qualification.